Tufika home, the mom wasn't even there. The
So
mom
he
is
knew.
a preacher, yes.
He knew.
No, he didn't know. Him now, because nimemweka kwa corner,
Menda.
he's like, tuende kulipuka huko kutalipuka, si ndio? But now the mom wasn't even home. So I'm thinking, how can a mom, when the son is bringing her daughter home, asikue home? Unajua? So tukakaa that first day we nini. Then, I think the auntie or even, I don't know, it's him who called the mom. Then was like, oh, my son is at home. And, you know, I don't know if you told him he had a girl or something. But the mom came back home. Unajua vile, like, mama wa nyumba, like, you weren't even prepared. You know, I could see she was confused. And now the mom hated me straight away. Cause who is this girl who is analet? Unajua inakaa kama tule tusichana tunajiletanga. So the mom was like,
hata siwezi ambiwa.
Yes, like, who is this? Amerokota haka hapi sasa.
You looked pregnant at that time?
No, I'm like 2-3 months. So, no, she can't tell. Because my daughter was born in July and that's December. You can't tell I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
So, but haka kamerokota hapi sasa sai. So I told myself, you know what? I will convince this woman. So, that night, yeah, you know, you do everything, those things you do.
Ukosha matumbo.
That works.
Karibu washe mabati in the wall. No washe inje.
I knew she was a Christian. I knew she was a pastor. So I told her, I gave her my cassette, the one I danced songs. Okay, she thought this is a girl raised in a Christian family. I don't think she thought this is a Christian girl. I think she thought this Christian girl comes with a boy at home without saying. Anyway, she thought, huyu amerelewa vizuri. So the next day, when I told her we go to church together, now she's softened.
Okay.
These women,
like
si mbaya. So she sort of softened kidogo. But that still told me a lot, you see. So she openly told me, no, I'm shocked. Why didn't he tell me that he's bringing a girl home? So he didn't tell the mother that I wanted to show you what
the mother didn't.
The mother didn't know he was bringing a girl home.
She didn't even know about you.
No, nothing. He was at mother. Let me tell you. So that's I'm trying to show you the type of person he is. He gets into so much messes because he can't confront issues. Now I know that time when, we are both young, so I can't even understand why. Anyway, so I forgive him. We get back again. At least I've known the family. I've known there's no wife at home. I know you're too young to have a wife at home. Anyway. But because we had all just finished college. I've known, anyway. So later I actually get to tell the mother that I'm pregnant. And now my parents are trying to get us married. Because for my dad, and I think even me, I would be like that. If somebody is serious with my daughter, and Paka, my daughter is pregnant, what are your plans? Are you marrying her? Are you,
Just say now.
No. Imagine if I'm coming from that generation, my parents were coming from what generation?
True.
Like people get married, you don't just come with they did not know that language. So even if I don't understand that, can you imagine now my parents? So it's really, really difficult for them, but they talk to him. He was like, yes, there's no problem. We will come, nini. Then because the mom tells her, no, in their culture, women cannot do that dowry thing or that Ruracio thing. So a father, an uncle would have to do that.
He didn't have a father?
No, the dad had died when he was young. So he says the uncle will come. He says, I've talked to my uncle, they are coming. And now that's where the drama of my 3 Ruracio starts. Unajua, they are coming, day 1, they bounce. Coming, day 2, they bounce. Coming, day 3. By day 3, by the time they're coming day 3, my daughter was 2 months old then. So I had gone back to work. We are now living together. But by the time they were saying...
You and the guy are living together?
Yes, now we are living together. Because against my parents' wish. That was, we started living together after the baby was born. Against my parents' wish, because they're like, if you're not married, why are you living together? You need to get married, then start living together. Otherwise, if you start living together, this guy, if you're speed and he will never marry you. Mtaishi tu hivi. And then the day he wants to walk out or marry somebody else, you will have no protection. So I don't think my parents were pushing this because they wanted money. Actually, my dad called him and said, look, I have money. I don't need your money. You're a child. You're young. I don't need your money. All I need is the cultural exchanges, where now your people come, they say, we have your daughter and this needs, basics needs to be done. Said, I don't need your money. So it's not like my dad is wanting this wedding for money or anything.
Yes.
He just wants the security of his child. Now remember how protected I am. Nikwambia nilipelekwa mpaka job mara ya kwanza. So
Alafu unakuja kumess.
So it's not like these fathers who say they don't care what's happening with their child. He's really been protective of me. Yeah, so by the third time, I never thought it would work. But eventually it still find its way and bembeleza me, with all my anger. So in this relationship, it's me who has anger issues because ni mimi nakaa nikikasirika na yeye. Because of the lies and all the things. And so you see now, like him saying, I'm going to tell my family to come. Probably has no boldness to tell his family to come. So he just lets things flow.
All these 3 Rurashos, hata labda hakuwa ameambiana.
Exactly.
So you were planning Rurasho.
Yeah.
You are cooking.
Yeah.
You're doing everything.
Yes.
But hakuna watu.
Trust you, there is possibility their family will hear about this Ruracio if they listen to this.
Kai.
And like now I know, but I was totally convinced that they couldn't.
Na ulikuwa unashona shadi nguo na kila kitu.
No, we didn't. The Meru Ruracio is not really like a Kikuyu one. So what happens is the family, that was the first time the family was coming. The first time now the family
but
is
you
coming.
had cooked for them.
Of course, that whole function, everything. So now we don't really have traditional wedding like the Ruracio type of Kikuyu, but we do have that. We have everything. People coming. All the traditional things are done. It's just that we don't have it like a wedding because sort of the Meru culture now. The wedding is a church wedding. The Meru is very religious. So now after people do all those Ruracio things, that's when you have the church wedding. I actually know very few Merus who. They go through Ruracio and they don't actually have a church wedding. Normally Ruracio is a precedence for the church wedding. So now I think for me also it was also cultural differences because for them maybe it's not a big deal. This whole Ruracio thing. I don't know if there's any African, but it was just messy. So yeah, and then after that, he sort of came convinced me again and we got back again and then now these other lies come. So it's not that he was toxic. What I normally can say, it's like he was, and I need to say this very carefully, it's like he was sick. Like when I say sick, it's like somebody struggling mentally with identity, with who he is, with what he needs to do.
Or he
you
had
understand?
childhood traumas.
That's what I'm saying. So there's so much confusion in his own life that he's over-pleasing to everybody. And because he has to over-please everybody, and wewe ndi utapatwa utabambano na hizi vitu zote.
So it's like two people with identity crisis they're messing everything up.
Exactly.
Because you know where you belong.
And now here I'm in the wrong place.
In the wrong place. He doesn't know who he is.
Yeah. So probably if he married a girl who was okay with Kamiste, who, didn't have too much drama in life of order and what they needed to do, maybe he wouldn't have been badly off. I don't know. But I think it was all more complicated because I needed order. I needed things to happen in a certain way. And they weren't happening like that. So, and then I remember there are all these things. I'm still trying to find my way back to God. And I'm wondering, will I forever be married to somebody who's not saved? Will he ever, get saved? Maybe he would get saved, maybe he won't get. No, so there's all this conflict going inside of me. But for him now, it's not a religious confusion. For him, I think it's an identity confusion.
It's a crisis, yeah.
Exactly, it's an identity crisis. Which now, if it's too much, it pushes you now to a corner. And I think this same syndrome or nature is what causes him to be abusive later in life now. Because now when he really gets cornered completely, then he has to act.
He has nowhere to run to.
Exactly, he has to act. So yeah, that is one of the things. Actually, that is why I have so much grace for people who, we all have a lot of grace for people who are being abused, but I actually have a lot of grace for people who abuse. Because I have seen like really, really, really good people, men, some women sometimes, but a lot of turn to like really bad abusers.
Yeah.
And you can tell it's not about themselves. It's just that one thing of when he hits you, and then in 2 seconds he's on his knee crying. So before I used to think he's pretending, but now I actually realize it's as if they were overtaken by something that is not themselves or another whatever, and they do it. And if you speak to a lot of people who abuse, you will find that they were not even si ati walingia, okay, maybe some do, but si ati walingia kwa nyumba wakitaka kupigana. So that is he turned into a monster eventually, and this monster is being built from a very very, you know, like ni kama grow ako ka monster kana grow over time.
What are your parents saying at this time?
They gave up.
On you?
Yes, you know, they have really tried to push this thing, so they have just decided, you know what, if come stay is the thing, it's okay.
Let her go.
It's very shameful. We're not sure what it is in for her. So they started supporting us. They started visiting. You know, they started treating us now like a married couple now. Like, what do we do? Somebody was asking me if any time because of the lies I thought of leaving. Imagine I didn't. The normal lies.
So much.
Yes, I don't know. I didn't think lies are enough to actually break a relationship. So I didn't think. For me, actually, what made me want to actually walk out was the abuse. That's the only thing.
How did this do it? How did it start?
So now, what happens is over time, and it's a very long story as well. I got pregnant. We got pregnant with a second child. Yeah? So my first is 2 years, and I'm pregnant. Honestly, I don't know what happened. At the time my firstborn was about a year and a half, he changed. Up to date, I don't really know what happened. He changed. He didn't beat me or anything, but he became verbally abusive. And maybe I became kichwangumu. Maybe he decided I'm not going to continue. I don't know, but he changed. So he really used to use very, very negative words to put me down all the time. So it's as if all the time he's looking for an opportunity to look me down. And and now what that does, it makes you lose value in yourself. You don't really care. You find yourself, I would dress my baby, but me, I don't know. I never thought about myself at all.
It weighs you down.
You don't even realize it, but you realize you changed. Like somebody who knew you, like in campus, for example, met you, they just know this person changed. Something is wrong with this person. And those lies of the enemy, at that particular time, I don't think even he knows what he's doing, but the enemy is using him at that particular time to destroy you. So he starts destroying me with words. And I'll get upset because of the things he's saying to me with Bruce. And that's when I developed like really, really bad anger issues. Now, if I tell you, until that time, if I'd ever lost temper, I think it's twice in life. Like I was a very calm person. I never got angry. So, and I've lived with that anger. I've had just to, even fast and pray for it to go. So I became a very angry person. And that verbal abuse continued until now. Now when I got pregnant, it even got worse, because now I'm feeling fatigued, I'm tired, I'm working, and he's looking for every way to put down. So now that ni kama kale ka syndrome kama my first relation happened. So I started feeling like I'm detaching again now. You understand?
Because now you're done.
Yes, I'm not done with the relationship, but I'm done with being put down. I'm done. So I am not feeling strongly connected with him. So he's just there. He's just there. Me, I'm just there. We are raising a child. You understand? And many times we are not even living in the same town. So it's just back and forth. Yeah, it's me now who moved towns to work. So he's coming over, but we've lost connection. We completely lost connection. But I'm alone. So probably has friends out there, but me, I don't. Like, I'm just by myself. And even the people, like, I have cousins who are really good friends of mine, but I can't tell them that I'm struggling. Already people think I made a mistake living with him. So I can't just tell that I'm struggling with this guy. So I'm going through all these motions, painful motions, emotional motions by myself. And so when I was now this baby, second baby, when I'm pregnant, like 4. Now, what I must tell you is another thing that happened is that I sort of kept after I gave birth to the baby. I think when the baby was 1 year, I left job and decided to join my, I decided to stop the relationship. I mean, that was the first time I decided to stop the relationship because of that, because we were not getting married. Like, why are you not getting married? If you're not serious with me, and plus all the lies, but mostly because you're not. So I decided to go home and start doing farming with my dad. So that time I left. So when I came back, what happened? I can't remember the events, but after that, I really kept getting jobs, losing. I don't know what was wrong. Getting jobs, losing them. So when I was 4 months pregnant, I think, or 3 months pregnant, I got a job now, a good job. I got a good job. And now when I moved to this company, I met a very, very good boss. Not just one boss, but his boss. Like my direct boss and his boss was really good. Plus the team, the management team I worked with was a very, very good team. And I remember that's where we had a connection with this now boss, both bosses, but now my direct boss. And he kept asking me, Caro, there is something wrong. But they were more worried because I was pregnant. They thought it was because of the pregnancy. So, like, is there something wrong? So I started talking, and that whole drama that happened, that my boss offered, if it is because you guys are living apart, let me invest in a business so that business is doing there. He comes and does him, my boss and him, they do a business together. And I think I'm a very good worker. So I think he's seeing the only way we can get the productivity out of this person, I as a boss can get the product, is actually help her with her family. And they talked and they opened a shop and blah blah, and just a lot of drama happened about that. Money stolen, nini. Again, I don't even think he stole the money. I think what happened, he probably went clubbing with the cousins or friends, lost the money, and now he didn't know what to do anymore. I don't know. So he comes back, no money, no, he was going to buy computers, they were going to do a cyber phone shop. He comes back with nothing. So now I am forced to tell my boss about the lies and everything, because I don't know what to do. So at least hata kama nikulipa nitalipa pole pole hiyo pesa, although si mimi nilipewa, but he didn't even charge me that money. But because now I opened up to my boss, that was the first time I ever told somebody about this story. And wait, I saw my life outside of myself. You understand? I thought, wait, this is really horrible. Like, this is bad. And I think because of that, he saw now the change in me. Because before you'd say all these things and I would keep quiet. So now when you talk to me, probably I would snap back. I can't remember, but I changed. I had more confidence in kujitetea in. And now that is when now I think his insecurities came. It's a very long story. I cannot go into it. But eventually, I think when he thought he was losing me to this guy, to the boss, that's when he got now very insecure. Now remember, there was really nothing happening. It is me who went and told. I'm such a stupidly honest person. So I told him, by the way, it almost, the way you say, like, I'm so close with this person, it almost, I said that.
Because of your honesty.
Exactly. And because I was guilty about it. And it was something that happened in a snap. I was so close to this person, but I didn't see it like a relationship of that nature. So when it almost happened, let me say like that, it really took me aback. Is this how bad I have become, or what is wrong with this? So I went and told him the same night. I actually told him the same night. And he was very understanding. He told me, let's talk about it. For the first time I saw him, calm down, let's talk about it. I told him everything. Now me when I'm telling everything, I'm telling you from a place of feelings. How, when I think why I think it, it got even to that point of intimacy and everything. Now that was hell. That's when now hell started. I think whatever he was feeling, the insecurity blew times a million. So I remember anything I did not remember. That's the same work place I'm working. Nikitoka tu kwenda job, he thinks I'm going to cheat. but surely I told you about it. I can't be going to do it.
Yeah.
Najua,
But
I told you so that I can get out of this trap.
He did not understand that.
Exactly. Also, that's what I'm saying. Because of that whole identity crisis and not him knowing who he is and his whole... there's a word I'm trying to avoid using. I think he couldn't handle such. You understand? Yes, he's been really treating me badly. Like really, really treating me badly. But when he realized, oh my God, what? You know, so now that's when the physical abuse started. So that's when I was feeling like the first time it was maybe throwing, just a bit of physical things. But the first, like, he hit me hard when I was driving, that we almost had an accident. And then I said, you know what, it doesn't matter. Even if I am wrong, you know, even if I am like...
Alikupiga ukidrive?
Yes. Like, he got so mad and hit me on the... Yeah. So, unajua vile unaona stars, like, I lost, black. I saw black. And I couldn't tell what I was driving. So I'm really grateful we aren't, in a bad place in a road.
Couldn't even see you guys are driving.
He's so mad. That's what I'm saying, when he gets into that frenzy of madness, which he didn't have before. I've told you before. And then would get angry, not him. So every time he got into that frenzy, like demonic frenzy of madness, he would do something he would always regret. So that day he hit me so much. And when I realized we could have killed her, we could have killed ourselves. We could have killed both of us. Actually, just that he knows how to drive. So alishika steering wheel like I control. But I thought if we were going downhill or, a road yenye ilikuwa na nini. Ama barabara tungegonga hata mtu. Unajua. Like, no, we ain't doing that. So I think that was like the second time. No, the first time of a real hit. But he's been physical. So that day I actually got back home. Packed where I worked, they had been telling me they had built houses for staff, and they had been telling me to move into the house. But our overall boss didn't, like, they felt, let's build their managers' houses. Those were just like supervisor houses. They were 3-bedroomed, I think. So they were feeling that, like, because I was the manager, they were feeling they don't miss staying with the rest of the supervisors. That day, there was still one house that had not been taken. I called him and said, I am moving. I don't care. So I moved into the company. And now that started a series of, assault. I had to tell the company, the security guys, not to allow him into the farm. Because
now he thinks that there's something going on.
Yes, and then he comes with craze. He comes and causes so much drama in the farm. Now he's fighting so much in front of the baby. The younger one was just man, so she didn't know, but the older one, it's just becoming so embarrassing, shaming. I'm the manager in this farm, right? And everybody knows about it. He caused drama in the office, everywhere. Now everybody in the farm knows this story. And it was so embarrassing, so I just left work.
Huh? I such a good job.
Yes, I couldn't handle that embarrassment anymore.
So when you left, where did you go? You going back home?
So I came. No, I couldn't. Now I have 2 kids. I can't come back home. So what happened is I had a friend who had offered me a position in Nairobi before. But I thought, I was really afraid to come. When you lived in smaller town, it's very cheap. So I was really afraid to come to Nairobi, the expenses and everything. So I just called her up. She said, okay, the position was taken, but I can get you consultancy. So that's how I came to Nairobi. Also, we got to reconnect again.
With
him. With my father of my kids now. And he told me, it's okay, we can, he lied to me that he'd gotten a job. They've even given him a company car. Blah, blah. So they're like, okay, you can take care of us even if I don't have a job. Kumbe, the car is his brother's. He doesn't have a job. All those things.
The lies.
Yes, just the same thing. Just he knew that if he tells me he has a job, I would be now okay to stay with him again. And it was just so messed up. We would fight now, like he would want to take my ATM, which I have no problem, by the way.
Giving him?
Yes, I had no problem. Even before. I mean, I really have no problem. But the problem is now where he had inakanga kama addiction. You see, like somebody's in gambling or alcoholic or something or in drugs. There's a place they reach, even you know they're not in control of themselves. So my worry is that if he takes my ATM, he won't even, because like, no, I will manage. So I knew, so he took it, and I remember the rent wasn't paid, the fees, the school ikanicall, nothing was paid. Just, you know, I don't know where he took the money.
So saizi mmerudiana tena?
Tumerudiana, let me tell you, tulikuwa tumerudiana, I think tuliachana karibu 15 times. Like, people just got tired. It was so messed up, I can't go into the details. I remember us fighting so much until the house girl calls my family. Then my brothers have to come.
So that was your life?
Yes, that was my life. Yeah. Then we fight so badly. You know, sometimes my family would say, let them take the kids away, they are traumatized. Tuache tukiwana if you want. So yeah, it was really messed up. It was really messed up. And yes, and as much as I cannot say I was perfectly innocent, because I also lost temper and you know. There's a place Msaidiani, you know, like unafika Msaidiani. I remember somebody telling me, because the only reason I wanted this to work was like, I can't raise the kids without their father. And somebody said, these kids that you're trying to raise without a father, you guys, you're so toxic to each other that you're just going to mess them up. So just allow yourself, one of you, to raise the kids. Of course, for me, it was just me who was going to raise those kids, so there isn't even a question about that. So so eventually we are walking in the streets of Nairobi. He's really mad about something, and he took my baby and went. Our baby, let me say, took our baby and went.
Run.
And I thought he was joking. He didn't even run. We were on the street and we argued. It was like, I told him, because I'm mad, I was like, bring the baby, I go. Unajua tuache kusumbuana hapa kwa street. Because also now, uko na Nyuki Nyeri, it was okay. People don't know me. In Nairobi, I've been in campus here, I've served in churches here. People know me. So I don't even mtu anaweza niona. So I was like, you know what? Just give me the baby, I go. He was like, my baby, I go. I was like, it's also my baby. So he turned and went back with the baby. So I'm thinking he's bluffing. So I continue walking. Then nafika street corner. I always, hata nikitembea hapo saa hizi nakumbukanga. Nikafika kwa corner. Alafu nikaangalia nyuma. He is continuing to go.
He's going in different directions.
Yes, going opposite. So, first of all, I knew he doesn't have money because it's me who was paying fare. So, where are they going? So, I stood, I said, in 20 minutes atamrudisha hapa. So, it was the last time I saw her in months.
What? You did not follow him?
No, I thought he was bluffing you'd come back. So, by the time I was thinking of following him, I did not know which direction he has gone. This is somebody who knows Nairobi better than me. So, I did not know where he has gone.
How old was the baby?
3.5. So I tried to call him. Alikuwa ameshazima simu. I called my dad. I called everybody. I told them he has taken the baby. So everybody actually, because they knew he was a good person. Generally, he was a level-headed person. They didn't expect him to do that. So they're like, tamleta ni sawa. Let me tell you, he was determined.
Where did he take the baby?
I don't know where he took the baby for. Up to date, I don't know. But I remember, after going police station to police station to police station, because I was guessing, I was trying to guess where else. I thought he might have taken the baby to his closest cousin. So I went there. This is the first time I was going there. And actually, I found her socks, the baby's sock, one sock, kwa corridor. And I knew she was there. Hey, my friend, have you seen a mad woman? I ransacked that house like nothing. No, you can't. No, I was under the bed. I was on top of the bed. I was in the balcony. Na ilikuwa nyumba kama second floor, I think. Up to date, I don't know. I don't know where they took, because the baby, unless maybe waliniona nikikuja, wakaficha maybe kwa next house ama something. But because that was the socks zenye alitoka nazo, so I knew it was her socks. So they hid her. So, I went through hell. And I normally tell people that was my turnaround. It was like the most painful time in my life.
Oh my can imagine.
And my mom took the baby was still months, the second born, and the house girl, and told me, sasa shida ni you're concentrating on this one and you're neglecting aka kadogo, so I'm going to take her. So she took the baby, akaniambia just we ngangana kutafuta huyo mwingine. So now I was in a house with mother, father, 2 children, house girl, and then suddenly they're all gone. Niko peke yangu kwa nyumba sasa. My memory is always full of that house. Every time I remember about that house, I remember that because I'm there the whole night
crying
by myself. I would open kama Family FM just to get summons. They'd go summon number 1, summon number 2, summon number 3, mpaka morning. There's no someone that has mentioned anything close to comforting me. Nothing. I would wake up in the morning, call my siblings. I stopped their lives, by the way. We would go to the next police station or the next hint I had gotten.
How long did it go? How many months?
So this police home fighting went on for a week, I think, and a half. Then the second week, so every time I am going, when I'm about to give up, I remember something. I become strategic. So I remember even there is that time, there is myself, my siblings, an aunt who is younger than me, tumeketi, where were we? Tulikuwa tunaenda in different directions, so we were converging. We were converging at this petrol station in the middle of town. Iko karibu na Java fulani hapo. Ile karibu na Nairobi University. So we were meeting there. So we met, and then they were like, "What? No, I think we just have to go back home." It was about 3. Imagine that, because me I was counting time in seconds. Imagine that they have given up. I sat down and cried. They woke up again and started strategizing. So that is, I was just taking them through so much trouble. So on the second week, I remembered he had told me we were to go to a cousin's wedding. That's how now that whole search stopped. That's why hiyo time yote sijajua mtoto wako wapi. Actually kuna wakati ananipigia na ananiambia, if you want the baby, you have to come back to me. Or if you don't, tutajirusha kwa maji. Nitamrusha na nitajirusha. So he's still threatening me, lakini anazima simu. Because hata unajua naogopa maybe hata nimetafuta polisi. So anatafuta strategically, anaweka SIM card kwa simu yenye si yake, ana call, ananipea nini, are you still, but I'm so angry.
So he wanted you to go back to him.
Yes, that's all he wants. He just wants me to. Na mimi sitaki sasa. Unaona, like I think nimeboil nini yangu, I've boiled all my patience imeisha sasa. So he eventually told me, I remembered kuna wedding. So me, I knew the wedding was in a big church in Nairobi, but I don't know which one. That Saturday morning, tulienda kwa church kama 7 hivi, tulienda All Saints, tukaenda Holy Family, tukaenda any big church I knew it was a big church in Nairobi, I didn't know which one. So tumezunguka zote, tumeenda hata tukaingia weddings, hatujui ni za nani. Sasa
alasa nyinyi mnaangalia.
Remember the cousin, I don't even know the cousin is his name. So tunaenda tunauliza, hii harusi ni ya nani? Tunaambiwa, tunasikia huyu ni Mkikuyu, it's not the tribe. It's hiyo. So we only have 2 nini, it's the woman is of a certain tribe. That's all we knew. So eventually kitu 10:30, I think 11. Tumefanya rau kama wedding 3 hivi. I really needed to know which church it was. So I called one of the cousins that was close, his cousins that was close with. I said, "Hi, how are you?" Now, I don't know if he knew the drama that was happening, but I asked him, "By the way, which place is your wedding?" I don't know why he didn't think of hiding it from me. He told me the church. Straight. But this time around, we went with a cop. So we went. Caused so much drama in that wedding. Aki that cousin to forgive me. I don't know her. I don't know.
You caused drama?
Yes. Karibu hiyo wedding isifanyike. So one of the funniest, the most hilarious part, there's when my daughter went away, my daughter had, when she went away, I don't know if she was wearing that jacket, I don't know what happened, but we saw a kid with a jacket exactly like hers.